Radical feminism emerged in the 1960s and 70s as a branch of feminism that was distinct from but incredibly similar to women's rights and women's liberation movements. Where previous feminist theories had been based on gaining equality between the sexes in the eyes of the law, radical feminism focused on eliminating existing social norms that reinforce inequality. Many pieces of literature were published by women identifying as radical feminists. The purpose was to raise awareness about the oppression that women endure and to describe feminist accomplishments from an undistorted viewpoint. In the past, the actions of feminists had frequently been misinterpreted and misrepresented in the news as acts of mania or delirium. One of the main strategies radical feminists used to express their discontent was to form consciousness-raising groups. When these groups met, women could talk freely about their experiences of discrimination and inequality. They believed that personal is political, meaning that individuals' personal experiences were reflections of political policies. Often, these consciousness-raising groups were responsible for the works of literature published on the subject of radical feminism. The women could collaborate to develop theories and suggestions, convert them into works of literature, and publish them as a group. Radical feminist theory suggests that a complete socio-political reform is completely attainable and the only concrete solution to discriminatory beliefs and practices. The theory is that if patriarchy were to be eliminated from modern society, inequalities between men and women would naturally disappear.
A critique of radical feminism is it overemphasizes factors that separate women from men. Radical feminists put too much importance on patriarchy, and because of this, it downgrades the important concepts such as social class and ethnicity. Radical feminists also tend to overlook the fact that the general position of women in society has changed over time, and this change can be explained in terms of economic and political changes.
Radical feminism seeks to abolish patriarchy by challenging existing social norms and institutions, rather than through a purely political process. This includes of gender roles, sexual obsession of women, and raising public awareness about rape and violence against women. Term radical from Latin meaning root. It locates the cause of women's oppression in patriarchal gender relations. It gives a positive value to womanhood rather than supporting a violence against women in any society. Radical feminism's strong interest is in recovering the positive elements of feminism. It generally advocates a revolutionary model of social change in the relations between the sexes. Radical feminism focus on cultural changes that undermines patriarchy and associated structures.
A historical figure in radical feminism in Canada is Jane Doe. She had been raped in her bed by the balcony rapist, and later found that there had been already 4 rapes in the same manner reported to the police. Because of this, she decided to sue the Toronto police, and after 11 years in 1998, she was successful. She then went on to write a book about her experiences with the police and how she dealt with her rape. Jane Doe is an author, teacher, and public speaker. Even today, she travels across Canada to share her story and to educate others on sexual assault.